Hello and welcome to this Tango video tutorial.
Today's topic is a linear Boleo from a forward step, or more particular, a forward Ocho. So any position that we call forward Ocho, we could, instead of continuing to turn, stretch this moment and search for the long diagonal in the alignment of your own body for the follower, and we can provoke a linear Boleo not in contraposition from the walk, but in the same direction that you walk. There's one position in our repertoire in the Tango world where we stretch already this forward step, forward Ocho, a little bit more than usual, and that's the Americana. So when we go for the Americana position, we already have a little bit of this stretch. So from this stretch, we just need to go a little bit more, create a little impulse, and then we can provoke and receive this Boleo. How do we prepare this movement? First, we need to work on the projection. The biggest difference to the small Boleo is that we want to have our knees back and we want to have a very long projection. So the first exercise you can do with us right away is like we have a normal projection and we add a little bit more to have a couple of centimeters more. So 1, 2, 3, and back again. We want to open the hip a little bit, but we don't want to open just one side. We want to open and outward rotate both sides so that we stay stable. And one more time in profile, other leg now. So we have the normal projection and we still continue with the stretch and back. When you count on 3. 1, 2, and 3, and then you bring it back again. On the first side. And 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, and back. One more time, same leg. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, and 3. The next thing we need to program in our body is that the embrace is linked to the projection. If you're following this channel, you know this exercise of the genie in a bottle. So if I press, there's coming the projection. If I pull, she's bringing it back. She's activating the center in order that this movement is possible. If we are in the embrace, I could push a little bit and will receive the stretch. If I change my position, it's still like we search for this diagonality and then I call it back to come back to the center. We were doing one exercise where the follower is moving alone 3 steps. Can I go back and do it? And doing the projection as we did before, like for the 1 count, please. So you have the position, 1, 2, and 3. The third step can be a little bit longer. And now I step in, and the first thing is we stretch and create a little diagonal. So from this, we go there. And then in the second step, I can go a little bit in opposition to provoke the Boleo. We have another video about how to organize a Boleo and how to do the movement of the legs. If you have never done Boleos, we recommend that you watch that first. In this video, we want to focus on how we can provoke the Boleo from the forward step position. So one more time, same exercise. We recommend do the first 2 steps rather small and the third step a little bit bigger. So we had 1, 2 medium size, third one long. You're in the position that there's already a little bit stretch. We continue to stretch a little bit more and then comes the counter position and the Boleo is happening. Once you practice that, you can take the embrace and we have the easy sequence of Rebote into outside walk and Americana. One more time from behind. So we have Rebote into outside walk and Americana. In this Americana position, it's like a little bit stretched like the position number 2. I change my position and I inspire my partner to grow even more, and then I take a little step for the beginning in order to provoke the Boleo. Later, once you master this communication, you don't need to do this step and to do it through contra. You can also do it just with being on the spot. But now, to keep it simple, I recommend to go for the contra because it's a little bit more intuitive. We have the first position, we stretch it even more, and I trigger it by a little step around. And we exit with Ocho and Caminata. In order to use this element during the dance, you have to make clear to your partner that there's a normal tempo, and then there's a moment where it's a little bit stretched, and then you can play with it. If you play with Ochos, sometimes that's harder because people are used to do Ochos in a very regular way. If you change to the Americana, it's a little bit easier to make the change. But I love to dance it also in Ochos. So we have normal Ocho, third stretched, and we have that high Boleo. Now, we were always showing it to the one side because it's the more common side, also where the embrace gets long. If you are curious to explore, of course, also the other side is possible.
Let's see.
The other side would be here. So the stretch is on the closed side, and we have the Boleo here. Here, to do the Americana, we don't use much in the dance, but with a normal Ocho, yes. As a bonus, one possibility is also to have first a Rebote, and then you have the normal linear Boleo back from a back Ocho. If you practiced these Boleos before, you were practicing a lot of linearity, and you might achieve longer Boleos because of the long projection that we here search. So when you come back to, okay, Ocho change, usually the Boleo will be stronger and higher than from the normal back Ocho position. About the music, stretched moments always mean that there's a moment where we go away from the rhythm. So we have a regular pace, and then we have a moment where we have the stretch, and then again we have a rhythmic impulse that is the Boleo itself. In all orchestras you can find that. In particular you can find it in Troilo and Pugliese, but also in D'Arienzo you have it with the breaks. Also in Di Sarli you have these moments. So once you search for it with the body, how to dance the non-rhythmical elements in the music, then you will find also the moment in the songs. We hope this gave you some inspiration. If you have any questions, we're looking forward to your comments.